Hello, y'all. This is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a great day. I just came back to tell you that y'all were right. Y'all were saying that down there in Texas, they were trying to blame a black man for the flood victims in Hunt, Texas. They are getting so much pushback from their incompetence and their negligence in not installing the special warning system that would have alerted those people to evacuate those areas. They are looking so bad that they cannot stand the heat. And so they're looking for someone to blame. And they are doing what they usually do, blame it on the black person. These people are so weak and so wicked that they would lie on a person just to save face and just to say, it's not my fault. It wasn't my fault. It was his fault. No, it's the fault of the people who turned down the money that would have paid for them to have an early warning system so they can let people know when hazardous weather is coming. It's just that simple. It's the responsibility of the people who turned down that money and did not install that system. Somebody living 200 miles away that has to come to the scene should not be your first responders. The first thing that should have been done is that those people should have got a warning from the National Weather Service letting them know that there was going to be a lot of rainfall and that there was going to be flooding situations and that they should be prepared to evacuate. That's the very first thing that should have been done. And they should have had the sirens and the intercom going all over those areas, letting those people know when it was time to evacuate. That's how it's done everywhere else. And then the first responders should be those people living in that city and in that county. And the people coming 200 miles away for search and rescue should not be your first responders. They should already have some people in that county to get that thing started because once you start talking about search and rescue, we already know the people are already in trouble. Now listen to this supervisor fake crying as he blames this tragedy on a black man.
So the heat is on to try to find somebody to blame for the tragedy that occurred in Kerr County. And of course, MAGA is going to MAGA, and they have found the DEI, the black guy that they have been looking for. This is Austin's fire chief, Joel Baker. And according to MAGA, he should be fired because he did not deploy firefighters to help with the search and rescue. Y'all, let's talk about it. So this is the president of Austin's Firefighter Association, and he made a statement on yesterday saying that they will be going through with a vote of no confidence because Austin's fire chief failed to deploy firefighters for search and rescue. Apparently they have some sort of rescue team that specializes in flood rescue. Listen to what he has to say.
I just don't even have words. Our firefighters are trained for that area. Our firefighters have the equipment, they have the desire, they have the will, they have the power to go up and actually, I know some of those girls could have been survived if we had had a best boat crew the day before on scene. I know it. I know it in my heart. I know it as a battalion chief. I know it as a former swiftwater tech myself. And the fact that we didn't do it, we let them down, it's just, it's unconscionable.
So according to a local news station, Austin department deployments had been suspended through at least September due to Austin's budget crisis and worries about other agencies reimbursing the department for its efforts. That's according to a June email from the Austin Fire Department's division chief. They expressed caution about ongoing deployments this spring, given the concerns about receiving reimbursements before the end of the fiscal year. Now, although those deployments had been suspended, 3 Austin firefighter rescue swimmers were sent to assist with the Texas Task Force water operations around Kerr County on July 4th. And additional staff have been out there in the region. Now, even though there was some rescue swimmers from Austin on the scene, There will be a vote of no confidence. So the Austin Fire Department has issued a statement saying in part, it is disappointing that the Firefighters Association would make these allegations and consider such a vote, especially while these communities continue to grieve and recover. It is even more disheartening how quickly the association's claims spread because so many people are ready to place blame. The city of Austin and Austin's fire department in particular have a long track record of supporting and sending aid to neighboring communities in need. To be clear, I continue to have confidence in Chief Baker and remain committed to listening and working with both the chief and the fire association. So they're trying to find somebody to blame. Y'all heard the report. Y'all let me know what you all think. MAGA is reeling. They're calling this man DEI, even though he has 30 years of fire experience. Also, he's highly educated in the field. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Put your thoughts in the comments. This is Double D Mobile for the Black Accurate News.
I try not to let what people do shock me, but occasionally they will do something so egregious and so absurd that I just end up shaking my head. Who would have thought they would have thought to go all the way to Austin to blame this man on that tragedy rather than say, we messed up, we should have taken the money, because really what they needed at the end of the day, they needed the National Weather Service, who's very good at tracking hazardous weather, to let them know that that flooding situation was at hand. That would have given those people hours of lead time to evacuate those areas and be safe. And that is what they should have done, but they don't want to take responsibility for it. They don't want to admit that they said they didn't want to take communist money. They don't want to admit they were so low and so low character that they would not take that money that would have saved those people's lives, at least most of them. They don't want to admit that. And that is where the people of Texas come in. If they believe this garbage that this man is spewing, then they are truly a stupid group of people. And I want to make a correction. Austin is not 200 miles away, it's 116 miles away. That's still too far away to be first responders. Now, that's what I think about it. Let me know what you think about it. Thank you for listening and have a good evening.